we're gonna be mortising for this door and then hanging this door in the opening. So, as you can see, we've made some progress. We've got our glass in, and then I've got my stops in on this backside, and they look the exact same as this profile up here. And then I have my hinges on. We did that earlier today. We just made a little jig mortise for those, and that's exactly what we're gonna do when we hang this thing. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna make a mortise for this little guy, really small one. This is a laundry room door, so obviously I don't need to lock it, it just needs to catch and close. So typically you'd have like a bigger one like this with a lock if you're going with this kind of historical style. This stuff is super nice, but I'm using this one because key takeaway from this for me, if you're gonna be making doors like how we're making doors, I've made 4 doors now, and I never thought about style width, but that really matters for your back set on these, because you can see this opening right here compared to the other one, they're really far away from each other. And based off the width of my styles, it would have been nice to be somewhere right in the middle, because where that opening is right there is exactly where my knob is gonna sit. So with this one, I'm a little too far out to the outside of the door, and with this one, I'm a little too in to the inside of the door. So I'm picking kind of the lesser of two evils and just going with this one. So in the future, I will kind of make sure all my styles are about 5 inches. I want this to be 44 3/4 on center. So I'm gonna use some of this tape. This is Frog Tape Delicate. $20 a roll. Insane. I couldn't believe it. Actually, this one is probably 25 because this is the wider tape. So for this, we're gonna go 43 3/4. That's where I want my center of my latch to be, 43 3/4. And I know the width of my little lock set right here is 1 5/8, but we're gonna make it a little bit wider. We're just gonna go 1 3/4. So I'm going to divide 1 3/4 on that line I just made. And I'll just double check that. Yep. Looking good. This right here doesn't have to be exact because there's a little bit of wiggle room in there, but that's pretty dang good. So once I got that, what I needed to do is basically observe how thick this metal housing is and match a router bit to it. So this is going to be my mortising bit right here, and that is what we're going to use to take out that material right there. All right, so I'm good with that right there, and then I can set my depth stop right here, tighten that down so that when I plunge in with the bit, it won't pass that location. So I could raise it up, lower it down, we're always gonna hit that same depth. Gotta love these plunge routers, they sure do make it easy. So I just finished chiseling some of that out a little bit, and that goes exactly where I want it. And then you'll notice here I punched a hole. That's where we're gonna drill. That's exactly where our handle basically is gonna slide through on both sides. I punched one on both sides just using a nail punch, and then I'm also gonna punch these 2 holes right here to pre-drill. And this is where I need to mortise for the recess on this piece. So that looks pretty clean. We'll try to drop this thing in and smack it. I can live with that. I like that. So we got our rosettes on. I've got my threaded rod attached to one of my knobs already. These are brass and porcelain knobs. Really love the look of these. So I'm gonna send this through one way. Actually, I need to drop in my little plastic spacer. That's this little piece right here. This is gonna drop into the center of the rosette, come through on this side, and then you can see the latch there is operable. So the way these work, this has threads on the inside of it that thread onto that rod. And you see that little set screw right there on top? That will just get set on the flat side of this rod, and then it just grabs it. And that's actually what actuates the latch here. So yeah, I just gotta thread this one on and set that screw, and that will complete this installation. You gotta love this hardware, man. It's like jewelry for your millwork. It really is. So there's that little set screw, bam, and drop it on the side here. All right, we are good to go. That is how you install a mortise lock set. You can do the same exact process on these bigger ones like I showed you in the beginning, but you're just gonna be making a deeper and wider mortise for these. So same thing, it drops in there, and then these come with a key because these have that little deadbolt. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about this. Next video will actually be showing you how we install this in the opening. So a slab door like this one here, just in an opening. There's no door stop. I'll show you how we're gonna mill that, show you how we're gonna install this, mortise our hinge placements, and it's gonna be fun. So we'll see you on that next video.